Not too long ago, the Czech Republican developer Warhorse Studios presented the first title, a medieval first-person sword-fighting game. At GamesCom we met up to talk about Kingdom Come Deliverance, their first game ever presenting real sword-fighting techniques.
Hello, I'm Viktor Bocan, and I'm actually lead designer of the Kingdom Come Deliverance, and my most important part of the job is the technical design, so I create the RPG systems for the game and the combat system. We wanted to recreate some feeling from the real combat situations, and we believe that if you really want to kill someone with a sword or defend yourself with a sword, it cannot be realistically reconstructed by just pressing the button and your hero do everything for you. So maybe the system is not that easily to get into, but as we already released it for our backers from Kickstarter, we have a very good feedback from them, and it's usually like, okay, I tried it, it was strange, then I got into it, and now after like half an hour I'm really inside. I don't think about it, I just play, and I have never had a sword in my hand, but I believe that it feels like this. So it's a great achievement, and it was actually exactly what we meant and what we tried to create. It actually happened.
Oh, really?
We had a sword fighters, we have consulted a lot the game with them, and then we put them in front of the computer, they tried it and they said, yeah, oh my god, it's that, and I was waiting all my life for a game like this, and it's there finally. So it was the best achievement ever. Well, I wouldn't say there is that many medieval sword fighting games, especially single players. We are actually doing the open world story-driven single player RPG, which is quite a common genre, but none of those games is actually from the realistic world, from the realistic countryside, and from the historical event. So it's probably the most unique part of the game. Talking about the sword fighting only, then I would say that what we want to do is, well, what I already said, we want to recreate the real medieval fighting with real techniques that are authentic, and that's what's different. Yeah, it takes place in real locations. You can actually visit them here and or nowadays and look there, and you will probably recognize the villages, the castles and stuff. You will meet historical persons, and since we are planning some battles into the game, then there will be one really huge battle, and it is a real battle that happened, but I will not spoil which one. But yeah, you can play the game, you can look at it, and then you can find out what happened there realistically. Because it seemed interesting. I would like to play this game, so yeah, we have created it. We are actually fans of realistic games. We made realistic games before. I was designer of Operation Flashpoint, which was really military shooter realistic game. Dan Vavra, who is creative director here, worked on the Mafia series, which is a realistic game from Mafia environment. And we said, well, why there is no medieval realistic game? We want to travel around the 15th century countryside and look at the people, talk to the people. For example, visit the castles that are no longer there. We have really some castles in the games which are currently just ruins, and we found some archaeological research. We really recreated the original blueprints of the castles and then recreate them. So it's something which is really interesting, and I believe someone who is not interested in the RPG game, just want to look at the castles, for example, may want to visit it in the game and look around. A lot of research. We spent like a year prior to making the game just by research. Now we have a full-time historian in the team, and it's a nice girl who does nothing else than just looking for resources, playing the game, correcting our problems. It was, for example, we created the forests when where we knew there were forests. She looked at it and told us, okay, you have the correct forest, but with bad trees, because those trees were actually planted here in the 19th century, and in the 15th century they were completely different trees. So we put them away and let them grow them the correct ones. And there is a lot of small details, like for example, we have an orange carrot in the game, and it was actually cultivated much later than in the medieval times. So we needed to remove it. Also, and also our community helped us a lot. They wrote us, for example, that we have white chickens in the game, and there were no white chickens. There were only brown or black. So we removed them. Sorry for the chickens. Kill them all. Right now it's around 60 people, but we started in 20 and grown up. Well, I believe that it already looks very well. We have really talented artists, and we just need to put a lot of content in it. A lot of quests to finish the story, to put interesting characters in there, and it's actually a lot of work. We have like 1 year to finish it. I hope we'll make it. And that's it. I believe most of the system works very well right now. There will be a lot of improvements here and there, but the game can be played, and now we need to make more weapons, more interesting fighting styles in between the different weapons and stuff, and a lot of quests. This is actually the first part of the game, and it takes place in this small area south of Prague in 1403. But if you look at the history books, it's quite interesting years for Bohemia and then for the all Central Europe. So definitely it will not end here. We have the story already written for at least one sequel, and it's something actually what we want to do at the beginning, and we needed to cut the game slightly for the Kickstarter, or because we went on to Kickstarter and said, okay, we will make slightly shorter game because we need more money for making a bigger game. So we will release the rest, but then it's 1403 and the really interesting times will come very soon. So I don't believe we want to stop there. We will probably cover much more area in sequels. I don't know, to be honest, because yeah, the game looks nice. It's quite photorealistic, so yeah, we definitely want to support some interesting devices. We have Oculus Rift. It works with the game, and it looks awesome. On the other hand, if you have first-person game in the world, it's quite tricky because, well, you know, if you run through the world with a gamepad and look around with your own head in virtual reality system, it makes you dizzy slightly. So yeah, we'll definitely support it, but I don't believe that it's something you will want to use through all the game. You will most likely will want just to go for a walk with Oculus Rift and look around and be happy with that, but then you will finish the game on the monitor. Well, I think it's nothing too secretive. One thing is the visuals, that we really, at the beginning, we said to ourselves, let's recreate it as it was. So we wanted to create a game that really looks like it looked at the 15th century, and I think we achieved that quite well. And the main highlight definitely is the combat system, because it's something that no one tried to create before, and also I believe that the first-person combat is something that is not easy to do right, and I believe that it's fun to play in our game. interesting idea. But yeah, well, it is possible, and we were not thinking about it in this way because it's strange. But yeah, well, but honestly, it's like that. That every NPC has desires, hobbies, and stuff it likes to do and stuff it doesn't like, and they just do it in the world. And you can influence it somehow. You can make them to do something else. They can learn some new hobbies and forget the old ones. We did it just to make the world more believable, that you are just walking through the world and people are doing their stuff and you are just one random guy, and they don't care about you because you are just a random guy. You are not a player from some other dimension avatar of the I don't know what. You are just the son of the blacksmith. So they have seen a lot of sons of the blacksmith in their life, and they will see a lot more, so they don't care about you.